Hello, guys. Welcome back to Faith Movies. Today's movie recap will be a thriller and drama movie from 2015 called The Ark. Warning, there are spoilers ahead. The film starts with Noah and his sons found swimming, although they were supposed to be fixing fences. They hadn't done the job. Their father discovers them in the water and decides to join in. They all enjoy the swim until dinner time approaches and they head home. At home, Noah's wife, Emmy, mistakenly thinks the boys spent the day fencing and comments on how the heat must have soaked them. The family includes 3 biological sons and 1 adopted son, Kenan. Knowing the truth, the boys struggle to keep from laughing. That night, Shem tries to be intimate with his wife, but she refuses, uncomfortable with the idea since they live with his family. Before bed, Noah and Emmy express their worries about Kenan, their teenage adopted son. Emmy urges Noah to keep a close eye on Kenan. Noah, who builds boats, heads out the next morning to deliver one to his wealthy friend, a trader, while Kenan observes. On the way, Kenan questions if the town has any laws because it seems chaotic. They witness wrongdoing in the streets. Kenan almost gets robbed but is rescued by his dad, who fights off the thugs. Noah meets his friend Paul, who is an atheist, while Kenan is drawn to Paul's daughter, Saba. Paul and Noah discuss business, and Paul dismisses the idea of God as a childhood scare tactic used by his parents. Meanwhile, Saba and Kenan connect, and she gives him bread, which Noah later distributes to the hungry. Later, Shem discusses with his mother the possibility of building their own house, to which she immediately agrees, while Ham teases Shem about his marital challenges. Noah and Kenan return home with their purchases from the market. That evening, Emmy discusses with her husband the idea of their children moving into their own homes. Meanwhile, Kenan sneaks out to the town and ends up at a party where he encounters Saba dancing. She invites him to dance and they share a kiss. Kenan gets back home early in the morning before anyone else wakes up. At the breakfast table, Noah mentions that Shem and Ham, Salit, are planning to build their own homes. He proposes that all his sons should start building their own homes, except for Kenan, who he feels is too young to have his own place yet. He assigns them simple tasks, and the construction begins. Later, Noah heads to the mountains and encounters an angel of God. The angel advises him not to doubt his faith and foretells that mankind will one day owe him a great debt. Noah becomes contemplative, talking about God's love and hope for humanity, despite the prevailing violence and arrogance. The angel reveals that God plans to send a great flood to cleanse the earth of its corruption, destroying all life and erasing its marks. Noah is initially scared for his family, but the angel reassures him, saying that his family will be saved as a testament to God's mercy, along with anyone who believes Noah's warnings. Noah is instructed to build an ark from gopher wood with specific dimensions, 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high, featuring 3 stories, a single window, and a door that can be sealed. The ark will provide safety from the flood. Worried about the enormity of the task, Noah doubts his ability to gather enough wood or convince enough people. The angel assures him that all things are possible through God, who will also send selected animals to join them after the waters recede. Noah questions when the flood will come, but the angel tells him to focus solely on building the ark and not to let anything distract him. The flood will begin once the ark is ready. The angel warns Noah never to question his faith. As Noah looks at a drawing made by the angel, he tries to ask another question, but realizes the angel has disappeared. He goes back home to share the news with his wife, who struggles to believe him. Noah finds it difficult to explain the encounter clearly as his wife bombards him with questions. She warns him that people will mock him for building a boat when it hasn't rained in a year, and she doubts the feasibility of constructing the ark. He then shares the story of the angel and the ark with his sons, who also struggle to believe him and find the idea impractical. Shem is frustrated that this new project might halt the construction of their homes, and Ham doubts that a flood will ever come. Resolute, Noah declares he will build the ark alone if he must. Consequently, Shem chooses to focus on his own house, and Ham and Japheth agree to do the same, leaving Noah to work on the ark by himself. Noah starts immediately, spending his first day measuring the boat's dimensions. He works tirelessly, day and night, even skipping breakfast. Meanwhile, Japheth begins to reconsider their skepticism, suggesting their father might be right, while Shem believes their father has lost his sanity and refuses to accept the reality. Noah plans a trip to town to gather more equipment and warns others about the impending flood, but his wife pleads with him not to go, fearing he might embarrass her. Kenan volunteers to accompany his father. Despite their attempts to dissuade him, Noah heads to town. There, he sends Kenan to collect the equipment while he tries to warn the townspeople about the flood, but they ridicule and physically assault him. Kenan, having gone to Paul for the equipment, returns just in time to rescue his father from the hostile crowd. Noah is injured, and Paul assists him with his wounds. Shaba then asks Kenan if he could stay for a party her friend is hosting that night. Despite the day's events, Noah attempts to persuade Paul about the flood, but Paul remains unconvinced. Noah suggests that Paul should send his family to the ark for safety. When Noah gets back home, he revisits the spot where he saw the angel. His wife meets him there, inquiring about his trip to town. Noah remains steadfast in his faith. That night, Kenan sneaks out to attend the party Shaba mentioned. At the party, the guests ridicule Noah and his ark project in front of Kenan, which upsets him enough to leave. Shaba follows him and pressures him to declare to everyone that Noah is not his biological father. She admits to him that she doesn't believe in God, but only in what she can physically see. At the same time, Noah keeps working on his ark, progressing well, even though it's clearly wearing him out. His wife steps in to help, noting a potential mistake in the measurements, but Noah confirms that the dimensions are accurate. She helps him because she believes in him, despite thinking his task is highly improbable. With their mother pitching in, their sons begin to miss meals to help with the ark, which complicates the relationship between Noah and his sons. One evening, Shem goes to his father's room, and Noah opens up about the divine mandate he's been given, which he does not question. As the ark nears completion, the strain of the work causes Emmy to collapse from stress, and she is quickly taken home for medical attention. Noah informs his sons of their mother's fever, leading to Japheth angrily blaming him for her illness and their family's hardships. Despite this, Noah continues with the ark as his sons' wives care for Emmy. The following day, Shem suggests they destroy the ark to preserve their father's health. However, their mother intervenes, urging them not to make any rash decisions, and continues to support Noah against her son's objections. She reminds them of the sacrifices their father has made. Reassured by his wife's support, Noah feels some relief, and soon all his sons and their wives join in to help with the construction, speeding up the process. The family begins to share meals together once more, restoring their closeness. One night, Kenan tries to leave the house unnoticed, but Shem catches him. Kenan confesses he's been sneaking out for weeks, and Shem, though hesitant, lets him go. Kenan meets Shaba, who suggests he move to her city, saying her father could help him get a job. The next day, as they finish the ark and move their belongings inside, the family shares a sense of collective achievement. They complete their preparations and start waiting for the flood. As days pass without any signs of rain, strangers led by a man who has heard Noah's warnings approach, asking for shelter in the ark. Noah welcomes them warmly. As more time passes without rainfall, his wife suggests they remove some of their items from the ark until it starts to rain. That evening, Noah catches Kenan trying to sneak out again. After returning from the party where he had been smoking, Kenan confronts his parents, expressing a desire to live independently and considering moving in with Shaba. His parents disagree, prompting Kenan to threaten to run away, refusing to follow Noah's path. He leaves for the city to attend another party with Shaba and does not come back. The next morning, frustrated and angry, Noah nearly destroys the ark. Suddenly, thunder roars and the sky darkens. Noah urgently orders everyone into the ark and rushes to the city to find Kenan. Rain begins to fall, and Emmy refuses to enter the ark without Noah. Noah tries to convince Kenan to come with him, but Kenan, believing it's just a storm, hits his father and refuses to leave. With no other choice, Noah returns home. The flood soon starts. Noah safely returns, and his family boards the ark. As the city panics, those inside the ark are safe from the storm. The flood eventually destroys all outside life, as the angel had foretold. 40 days later, the water subsides. Noah and everyone who is in the ark step out onto dry, barren ground, feeling relieved and fortunate. Japheth's wife is pregnant, and Japheth suggests naming the baby Kenan in memory. In the final scene, Noah meets the angel again, who explains that rainbows will remind humanity of the flood and its purpose. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe. Your support is appreciated. Remember, Jesus loves you. Have a blessed day, and see you next time.